Welcome to Cyberspace. I'm your host, Leslie Poston. Let's dive right into our first topic. Today, in honor of Daniel Kahneman's passing this past March, we explore the cognitive insights from his book Thinking, Fast and Slow, and examine how these concepts apply to our digital lives, shape our society, and influence even our handling of crises. While there is a lot to talk about in the world today, on and offline, I wanted to start here and give us a foundation for the next few episodes of the podcast. Kahneman's seminal work introduces us to two systems that guide our thinking, System 1 and System 2. System 1 operates automatically and quickly, with little or no effort and no sense of voluntary control. It's like that friend who reacts without thinking. It's quick, it's intuitive, and it runs mostly in the background. It's the system that makes you flinch when you see something fly towards you or lets you drive without consciously thinking about every action. In other words, it's the reason you sometimes arrive at your house after a long drive with little memory of getting there. Then there's System 2, which allocates attention to the effortful mental activities that demand it, including complex computations. It's our more deliberate side. Think of it as the thoughtful friend who takes their time, who analyzes and strategizes before making any move. This is the part of us that steps in when we're doing math, planning a project, or deciding where to invest our savings. The operations of System 2 are often associated with the subjective experience of agency, choice, and concentration. The balance between these systems helps us navigate our world, affecting everything from the decisions we make to how we perceive reality. They have a huge impact on everything we do, especially in how we interact with the digital world. Let's take social media as our first example. System 1 can make social media addictive. It's why you might find yourself mindlessly scrolling through TikTok or clicking Instagram photos for hours. System 1 reacts to new information, bright colors, and quick sounds with little to no effort. System 1 is fast. It helps us process vast amounts of information quickly, like scrolling through news feeds or reacting to notifications. But this speed can be a pitfall. It leads us to make snap judgments and emotional reactions, and that leads us to spread misinformation sometimes. For instance, when we see a headline that triggers an emotional response, System 1 can make us accept it as true without further scrutiny, share without verifying, or react emotionally to someone's post without context. Enter System 2. This is our analytical side. It kicks in to question that headline. Where did it come from? Why is it written with that language? Why did they choose those words? What's the source? Is there a bias? Why this person? Why right now? Engaging System 2 helps us navigate digital spaces more thoughtfully, fostering a healthier, more critical approach to the information we consume. But Kahneman's theories go beyond personal cognition. They're used to understand consumer behavior and even to manipulate it. Marketing experts, for example, can leverage these insights to craft campaigns that appeal directly to System 1, grabbing attention through emotional cues that prompt immediate and often impulsive responses. And what about crises? Consider the global response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Initially, many reactions were driven by System 1, panic buying, instant retweeting of unverified information, snap judgments about health practices. Over time, however, the role of System 2 became crucial as health experts and policymakers took methodical approaches to crisis management, relying on data and deliberate planning to inform public guidelines between 2020 and 2022. We could do a whole episode about which system has been in charge since then, but let's go forward for now. Political discourse also illustrates the interplay of fast and slow thinking. Political strategists often use tactics designed to appeal to System 1, crafting messages that evoke strong emotional responses to win support. However, a well-informed electorate engages System 2, analyzing policies and their implications deeply, fostering more reasoned and less polarized political environments. System 2 is the part of our brain that makes us research who's funding a politician or why they might be taking that stance right now, whether or not they're trading stocks with the information that they have, whether or not they're representing their constituents, and generally engage more thoughtfully in politics. Now let's explore how these cognitive systems influence our online identities and interactions. In the digital world, System 1 often drives our immediate reactions to social media posts or news articles. This quick thinking is why memes or sensational content are so pervasive. They hook our attention before System 2 has a chance to step in and ask if there's more to the story. But let's not forget the power of slow thinking. System 2 encourages us to cultivate a more curated and thoughtful online presence. When crafting a thoughtful blog post or engaging in a deep, meaningful online discussion, we're utilizing System 2. It's this slower, more deliberate thinking that fosters richer, more substantial digital connections. This interplay also has significant implications for how we handle information overload. In a world where we are bombarded with data and alerts, System 1 helps us filter through noise quickly. Yet it's crucial to activate System 2 to avoid overwhelm and make informed decisions about what content truly deserves our time and attention. Let's also think about cybersecurity. Phishing attacks, for example, exploit System 1's propensity to respond quickly to urgent requests, often mimicking familiar formats or familiar senders to trick users into divulging sensitive information. Training ourselves and our teams to engage System 2, pausing to verify the authenticity of suspicious emails, can significantly reduce the risk of such breaches. Shifting a bit of our focus to education, we can see Kahneman's insights are invaluable. Educators can design learning experiences that appropriately balance fast and slow thinking. For example, quick quizzes stimulate System 1, encouraging students to recall information rapidly. In contrast, complex problem-solving tasks engage System 2, deepening a student's understanding and enhancing their analytical skills. Another critical area is mental health. The immediate gratification of System 1 can lead to addictive behaviors, particularly with the instant rewards of social media likes and shares, or with substance abuse. On the other hand, engaging System 2 through practices like mindfulness or reflective journaling helps us regulate our emotions and manage anxiety, promoting longer-term psychological well-being. There are also implications for consumer behavior. Marketers will often design advertisements designed to trigger System 1, making products seem irresistible through emotional appeal or time-limited offers. However, understanding and engaging System 2 can help consumers make more considered and satisfying purchase decisions, such as researching product reviews or comparing features thoroughly before buying. System 1 and System 2 also play roles in our cultural understanding and biases. Quick judgments may lean on stereotypes, a shortcut that System 1 uses to categorize information swiftly. However, System 2 pushes us to challenge these biases and stereotypes, prompting us to question our assumptions and strive for a more inclusive perspective. System 2 is essential to challenging our discomfort when we are presented with new information about the world or about our own behaviors. The interaction between these systems isn't just a matter of personal cognition. It helps shape societal norms and behaviors as well. Public policies and social interventions that consider the balance of fast and slow thinking can lead to more effective and humane governance. From urban planning that nudges healthier lifestyle choices to educational reforms that foster critical thinking, the applications are vast. As we continue to navigate the complexities of the digital and the real world, insights from Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow can give us powerful tools for understanding our behavior and improving our decision-making processes. By fostering a better grasp of when and how our cognitive systems are at work, we can enhance not only our personal lives, but also contribute to a more thoughtful and responsive society. In the workplace, The dynamics between fast and slow thinking are equally pivotal. Quick, intuitive decisions, System 1, can be beneficial in high-pressure situations where immediate action is required. Conversely, strategic planning and complex problem-solving, System 2, are crucial for long-term business success and innovation. Kahneman's work also intersects with discoveries by other psychologists. For example, Amos Tversky, Kahneman's longtime collaborator, helped develop the prospect theory, which explains how people choose between probabilistic alternatives or how they handle risk. Understanding this theory is essential for anyone looking to improve decision-making processes in business or in personal finance. But it's not just about improving how we think individually. Richard Thaler's work on nudge theory, building on Kahneman and Tversky's foundations, shows how small design changes in environments can significantly influence the choices people make, steering them towards better habits without removing their freedom of choice. As we navigate this digital era, let's challenge ourselves to be aware of when we're using System 1 or System 2 thinking. Are we letting snap judgments guide us, or are we taking a moment to engage in deeper, more deliberate thought? The goal is not to eliminate quick thinking, but to harmonize it with slow thinking, ensuring a balanced approach to this complex world we live in. Thank you for tuning into Cyberspace. I'm your host, Leslie Poston. Tune in next week for our next deep dive. Stay curious and stay thoughtful.